StarCraft, and today we're going to be looking at another tournament matchup. This is going to be do or die for HuK. This is a best of 3, tournament livelihood on the line, and in these situations, very tense matchups, lots of pressure, really no room for error when you're, playing in a best of 3. Got to bring your A game each and every time, so I'm expecting that from both of these top-tier players. And SeleCT, the 12 o'clock Blue Terran, currently just about #1 on the North American ladder. I mean, rankings change pretty quickly, but SeleCT way up there. At one point in time, HuK was #1 as well. So we are just looking at the best of the best in today's, StarCraft 2 world, and I'm really looking forward to this matchup. One of the most discussed matchups in the MLG, which is one of the reasons why I'm bringing it to you guys. I hope you guys enjoy it, and we can get right into the commentary. Very early scout for HuK, going to pick up that Xel'Naga and scoot all the way down and around up into HuK or into SeleCT's base, getting that probe in early for that vital scouting information. And after that initial supply depot, that mandatory supply depot, we have the first barracks going up. Not going to go for any fancy wall off. Pretty common amongst the pro players, especially when you're going up against Protoss with a map like Scrap Station. HuK's probe here being really extra annoying. I mean, going for this worker on the mineral line, taking a couple cheap shots at the SCV, building the barracks. Always good to do that, forcing additional SCVs off the line to deal with that. First gateway, about a halfway completion as the initial assimilator goes down. So we're going to see some pretty early gas from HuK. And looks like the same thing goes for SeleCT, as we have the early refinery as this probe is getting chased out of the base of SeleCT. And SeleCT is not going to want to continue that losing fight, as this SCV only has 15 hit points left at this point. And a second SCV going to tag in and help out his brother there. The command center now turning into an orbital command with the initial Marine being built right now. Now let's take a look at the vision of SeleCT. He can see the probe right there just for a split second, but that was enough for SeleCT to get his Marine, and it looks like he is going to finish off the probe as HuK was typing as well. So HuK's, mildly cocky attitude shining through a little bit there. He's chatting away, and his probe gets sniped in the enemy base, and just sort of indicative of the mind games that players play as well. HuK's saying, I think they say mothership, not sure though. So HuK is referring to the crowd, as in this MLG tournament there is, a lot of people watching, a lot of people cheering. This SCV is not going to last long, especially with a chrono boosted stalker on the way. Second assimilator is going up right now, and warp gate research, of course, very important for the vast majority of Protoss builds. Concussive shells on the way, and we actually have the initial Reaper has arrived as well. I thought this unit went extinct after that last patch, but not the case. I'm not expecting any Reaper harassment or any heavy Reaper play early on. This unit can still be a very, very good scout, as he does have that cliff jumping ability. I like this SCV on the high ground as well. Going to be very useful for spotting any of HuK's units that go, through this choke point right here. Very fast second base as well for HuK. Going to be getting that expansion, and a second gateway on the way, as well as warp gates reaching about 66% completion. Now this Reaper is going to spot the second Nexus. Sorry, just getting distracted a little bit by the text. I just find it interesting, the texting, the chatting that's going on here. HuK really playing mind games, but you know what? SeleCT just having none of it. SeleCT is sticking with his game face. He's all business here, and not going to waste any APM typing to his opponent. Not fast expansion, but relatively early command center here, nearing completion. Went down at the same time as the Nexus. Stimpack research along with a reactor on that second barracks. So it looks like we are going to see a pretty bio-heavy army from SeleCT. And I'd expect more racks as soon as this second base rather becomes saturated. These destructible debris about to get taken out. It looks like we're going to have something of a timing attack from SeleCT. As soon as he gets, he's putting down the second barracks. Wouldn't be surprised to see a third as well. Or sorry, this is a third. We're going to probably see a fourth as well. Maynarding probes down to his natural, and This Reaper is going to get taken out. Oh, is it? Just barely slipping by there with 4 hit points, but his, time was limited there as that sentry does snipe him, and this SCV still allowed to live on the high ground there. Chrono boosting workers out at this second expansion. HuK calling not Mothership. As he's saying that, he has put down a fleet beacon, very unorthodox, and I mean, this really usually means one of two things: carriers or a mothership. I doubt he's going to be going for, flux veins for his non-void rays, which is why I'm saying, carriers. But given the chat that's been going on in this game, HuK's been planting that mothership seed, and it looks like that's what he's going to be doing. So look forward to that. I'm really excited to see, where this game's going to go from here. Apart from that, SeleCT getting some infantry upgrades, getting that combat shield, reinforcing with more Marines and Marauders. Going to be making a push here. Now this is going to be a pretty pivotal moment in the game as well. I'm going to see if HuK is going to be able to defend in time. This Nexus enjoying the extra hit points from the recent patch, but is it going to be enough? A lot of workers get sniped there, and is this Nexus going to go down? Continuing to focus down the Nexus, not worrying about the Stalkers just yet, and it does get sniped all at the same time. Retreating to the high ground and going to try to, kite is the word I'm looking for. Kiting the Zealots, or not Stalkers, but mostly the Zealots, using the concussive shells to his advantage. And is he going to continue to retreat? He doesn't want to get too close to those Zealots. He doesn't want their side blades slicing into him. It doesn't look like these Marine Marauders are going to last much longer, but they have done the damage, Damage has been done in this situation. Nexus got taken out, and yeah, quite a few units from the army for HuK going down as well. Mothership on the way. Very excited to see this play. You know what? I like HuK's play. I like his personality. Kind of a cocky player. He's just having a good time. He's not letting the pressure get to him. He's doing a Mothership rush. Like, why not, right? So I'm very excited to see where this game's going to get taken from here. 2 bunkers going up with Marauders in them. Very nice for defensive purposes, and going to be putting down a starport. I don't think that SeleCT is going to go anything. I don't think it's going to go Hellions in this situation. So this reactor is going to get switched onto the starport. Mothership, expect it to be chrono boosted out. Yep, continuing to chrono boost that mothership, and just going to wait on this Nexus as well, as he is definitely going to want to saturate this natural as fast as possible. Still macroing up more units and just building up those, vital infrastructure, getting these production facilities down. I'm wondering if SeleCT is going to go for Mass Viking or Medevac. Given the Bio Army, I would probably expect Medevac at this point in the game. Looking at the vision of SeleCT, he does not know about the fleet beacon just yet, so he is certainly not expecting the mothership, but the mothership has arrived, and this is a huge deal. I'm down. And you know what, guys? I'm going to pause it real quick. I just want to explain this one comment. HuK says that's Halo because there is a Halo tournament going on at the same time, and when this mothership came out, there was a huge uproar from the crowd cheering for the mothership. So HuK trying to play it off, saying, "Oh yeah, that's the Halo tournament going on. I don't have a mothership." But the jig is up, scan does go down, and the mothership has arrived. SeleCT forced to retreat with his biological army, and HuK enjoying that the destructible rocks are down already. He's going to enjoy that short rust distance and looking to push in as quick as possible. Going to macro up a couple more units maybe, and I'd expect a push any moment. SeleCT trying to get into position to defend this, floating his factory into HuK's base. All at the same time, though, I mean, we do have this mothership getting ready, getting antsy, and here we go. This is going to be it. Or is it, pulling back, being a little bit apprehensive, maybe waiting for his opportunity to strike. But with the scan going down, it looks like these Marauders are going to push in. Some decent force fields, though, preventing the Marauders from the back. It's getting in all the Marauders caught in front of the force fields. Going to get taken out by this Protoss army. And, uh-oh, that was not a well-placed vortex at all. A bit of a misclick there by HuK. A lot of his units getting lost in the vortex, along with only a few of SeleCT's. But we're going to see how he can recover in this situation. I'm still using, this vast cloaking field, but it does SeleCT have scans saved up. He does, so he is moving in with these Marauders, taking out a lot of the Stalkers. Not enough Marines to focus down the mothership, but a lot of these attacking ground units are going to go down, and using a second scan as well in that situation. So at this point, definitely requiring, to save up the energy on these orbital commands for scans, because he's not going to have any Ravens in this situation. And this factory forced to lift off and float out, but we actually also have a drop here on the high ground, along with Phoenix on the way as well. Now these Marauders stimming up, going to try to do some damage here, but you know what? Good awareness by HuK, getting into position with his ground army and fending that off for sure. And going to retreat for SeleCT. Doesn't look like he's going to apply any added pressure here. Let me lift off the SCV constructing the starport there. It looks like we're going to have a second push though. This is going to be another big exchange here. A pretty big bio ball at this point for the Terran player. And with this mothership still in play, very unorthodox, really enjoying it. And he's got to get his units, you know, at a forward position. This is not where you want to be with your mothership. A little bit of a misclick there. The mothership does go down. And I'm not sure what HuK is going to be able to do at this point, continuing to press forward with his bio ball. And HuK is going to make his, you know, take his best shot at defending here. But it looks like just going to wait for the final medevac, and SeleCT is going to push in with some Vikings overhead to deal with a Phoenix, and focusing down the ground army for HuK, taking out the Stalkers, and he is going to focus down the Nexus as well. He is going to try to take this out for the second time in this game. Is this Nexus going to survive? All the workers off the line, trying to salvage the Nexus, but that is it. GG, well played, good luck.